Hello everyone. Welcome back. They were born in palaces and raised with duty, but each carved a destiny of her own. Christina of Sweden, Elizabeth of Bavaria, Hedwig of Poland, Maria II of Portugal, and many other queens, empresses, and princesses stepped into history not just with crowns, but with intellect, resilience, and legacies that still echo today. Through verified historical sources, professional reconstruction software, and advanced AI technology, they return, vivid, regal, as if the past is softly speaking to the present. Who would you like to see next? Leave a comment below. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Elizabeth of Romania, 1894–1956. Daughter of King Ferdinand I and Queen Marie, became Queen of Greece by marrying King George II in 1922. A troubled marriage and political upheaval led her to spend much of her life in exile. After their divorce, Elizabeth supported Republican movements in Romania and became a patron of cultural initiatives. She died in 1956 and can remembered as a complex and turbulent figure in the royal history of the Balkans. Maud of Wales, 1869–1938. Daughter of King Edward III and granddaughter of Queen Victoria, became Queen of Norway after marrying Prince Karl of Denmark, who later became King Haakon III. As the first queen of an independent Norway after centuries of union with Sweden, Ma helped shape the image of a modern monarchy. She was admired for her modesty, compassion, and closeness to the people. Ma died in 1938 in London. Remembered as a devoted and humble queen. Frederica of Mecklenburg-Strelitz, 1778–1841. A German princess, became Queen of Hanover by marrying Ernest Augustus, Duke of Cumberland, and brother of King George IV in 1815. Previously twice widowed, she endured significant personal tragedies. When Ernest became King of Hanover in 1837, Frederica became queen at nearly 60. Known for her striking beauty and strong will, she also sparked controversy. For her personal life, Frederica died in 1841. Remembered as an unconventional and complex figure in British-German royal history, Christina of Sweden, 1626–1689, ascended the throne in 1632 at the age of 6 after the death of her father, King Gustavus Adolphus. Known for her eccentricity and contradictions, she shocked Europe by abdicating in 1654, converting to Catholicism and moving to Rome. There she supported art, philosophy, and science. Christina refused to marry and lived independently. She died in 1689, remembered as a queen who broke all conventions of her time. Ulrika Eleanor of Sweden, 1688–1741. Sister of King Charles I, XII became Queen of Sweden after his death in 1718. Ruling during a turbulent period, she accepted reduced royal powers to help establish a constitutional monarchy. In 1720, she abdicated in favor of her husband, King Frederick. Though her reign was brief, Ulrika Eleonora is remembered as a monarch who laid the groundwork for Sweden's Age of Liberty and a shift toward parliamentary governance. Olga Konstantinovna of Russia, 1851–1926. A Russian princess, became Queen of Greece after marrying King George I in 1867. She actively promoted reforms in healthcare, education, and charity. After her husband was assassinated and her son, King Constantine, was deposed, she became the first female regent of modern Greece. The Russian Revolution of 1917 stripped her of dynastic rights in exile during her final years. She died in Rome in 1926, leaving behind a lasting image of compassion and public service. Philippa of Lancaster, 1360–1415. An English princess, became Queen of Portugal by marrying King Joan I in 1387, marking the beginning of the oldest alliance in history between England and Portugal. She was renowned for her wisdom, piety, and influential role as a political advisor. Philippa was the mother of the illustrious generation, including Henry the Navigator, who laid the foundation for the Age of Discovery. She died in 1415 and was buried at the monastery of Battaglia, where she is honored as a symbol of an enlightened dynasty. Elizabeth of Valois, 1545–1568, a French princess and the third wife of Philip II of Spain, married in 1559 to seal peace between the two nations. Though a political union, Elizabeth was deeply loved by her husband and quickly won over the Spanish court with her intelligence and grace. She died at age 23 during childbirth, leaving behind deep sorrow and the memory of a short-lived but beloved queen. Caroline of Ansbach, 1683–1737. A German princess became Queen of Great Britain after marrying King George II in 1705, known for her intellect, education, and political influence. She often presided over the Privy Council in her husband's absence. Caroline supported religious tolerance and was a patron of science and the arts, defending the reputations of thinkers like Linnaeus and Newton. She died in 1737 and is remembered as one of Britain's most enlightened and intelligent queens. Adelaide of Saxe-Meiningen, 1792–1849. A German princess became Queen of the United Kingdom after marrying King William IV in 1818. Known for her virtue, kindness, and strong religious faith, she helped soften the public image of the British monarchy during a turbulent time. Though she had no surviving children, Adelaide was beloved for her charitable work and modest lifestyle. The city of Adelaide in Australia was named in her honor. She died in 1849, remembered for her dignity and moral legacy. Louise of Mecklenburg-Strelitz, 1776–1810. Queen of Prussia, was the beloved wife of King Frederick William III, admired for her beauty, virtue, and courage. She famously confronted Napoleon in 1806 to plead for her country after Prussia's defeat. Louise became a national symbol of hope and dignity. During turbulent times, she died in 1810 at the age of 34, leaving behind deep public mourning and the legacy of an ideal queen cherished by her people. Maria Anna of Austria, 1683–1754. Daughter of Emperor Leopold the Fan, was a highly educated and influential princess. She married King Joan V of Portugal in 1708 and became a powerful queen consort in the Lisbon court. When her husband fell ill, she served as regent from 1742 to 1750, ruling with intelligence and firmness. Maria Anna died in 1754, remembered as a resolute and capable queen who played a crucial role in Portuguese politics. Charlotte of Mecklenburg-Strelitz, 1744–1818, a German princess, became Queen of Great Britain after marrying King George III in 1761. She bore 15 children and was admired for her virtuous family-centered life and love of music and the arts. Charlotte was also a major patron of science and education. She died in 1818, remembered by the public as a beloved queen and a lasting symbol of royal dignity and moral strength. Amélie of Orléans, 1865–1951. A French princess became the last Queen of Portugal by marrying King Carlos I in 1886. Known for her elegance, compassion, and charitable work, she gained public affection. After the assassination of her husband and son in 1908 and the fall of the monarchy, she lived in exile. Amélie died in 1951, remembered as the graceful and dignified final symbol of Portugal's romantic royal past. Elizabeth of Bavaria, 1837–1898, known as Sisi, became Empress of Austria when she married Emperor Franz Joseph III in 1854 at the age of 16. Celebrated for her radiant beauty, floor-length hair, and independent spirit, she often clashed with the rigid Habsburg court. After the tragic death of her son Rudolf, Sisi withdrew from public life and wandered throughout Europe. She was assassinated in Geneva in 1898 and remains a tragic and legendary figure in the history of European royalty. Jadwiga of Poland, 1373–1399, the first female monarch to rule the independent Kingdom of Poland, ascended the throne in 1384 at age 10, after the death of her father, King Louis I. In 1386, she married Jogaila, Grand Duke of Lithuania, laying the foundation for the Polish-Lithuanian Union that lasted 400 years. She died in 1399 after giving birth, leaving a profound legacy in religion, education, and politics. In 1997, she was canonized by Pope John Paul II. Louise of Hesse-Kassel, 1817–1898. A German princess and Queen of Denmark, was the wife of King Christian IX. Thanks to her diplomatic skill, she became known as the mother of European monarchs, with 4 of her children ascending thrones in Denmark, Greece, the United Kingdom, and Russia. Through dynastic marriages, she helped make Denmark a hub of European royal connections. She died in 1898 in Copenhagen and is remembered as a lasting symbol of the House of Glücksburg and the grandmother of modern Europe. Maria II of Portugal, 1819–1853, wife of King Ferdinand II and mother of King Pedro V, first ascended the throne in 1826 at age 7, after the death of her father, King Pedro IV, but was deposed by her uncle, Miguel I. After a period of exile in England, she regained the crown in 1834 following the Liberal Wars. She ruled for nearly 2 decades, restoring the constitutional monarchy and promoting education and the rule of law. She died giving birth to her 11th child. Her legacy helped shape modern Portugal. Alexandra of Denmark, 1844–1925, a Danish princess, became Queen of the United Kingdom. In 1863, by marrying Crown Prince Albert Edward, later King Edward III. With her graceful beauty and iconic swan neck style, she became a beloved royal symbol of the Victorian Edwardian age. As the mother of King George V, Alexandra firmly supported Britain during World War I despite her German-Danish roots. She died in 1925, closing a brilliant chapter in the history of European royalty. Bona Sforza, 1494–1557. An Italian princess of the powerful Sforza family, became Queen of Poland after marrying King Sigismund II. In 1518, intelligent and ambitious, she played a key role in court politics and introduced reforms in economics and agriculture. She brought Italian Renaissance culture to Poland and left a lasting mark on royal life. In her later years, she returned to Italy and was poisoned in 1557. Remembered as a powerful yet controversial queen. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't hesitate to share it with your friends and hit subscribe so you won't miss our next exciting content.